As you can tell by the thumbnail and by the title of this video that our beloved Manuel may have some real competition on his journey to becoming the next Shiba Inu killer and becoming the most dominant dog meme coin of this bull run. And that's because there's a new celebrity dog that is knocking at its door, and it also has a huge following behind it. So what we'll do in this video is we'll go over both of those dog meme coins, and at the very end of the video, leave a comment below and let me know which one of these dog meme coins will reign supreme. But always, nothing in this video is financial advice, so always make sure to do your own research. And in crypto, it is risky, so as much as we like to see everything moon, we also have to be aware that it could go down to zero as well. So always make sure to invest responsibly. And also, I am not a financial advisor. What I'm doing is just simply sharing my thoughts and opinions on crypto projects on this channel here. And also on this channel, I talk about crypto gems that have 10x to 100x potential, and in some cases 1000x potential or more. So if those are the types of projects that you like to get involved in, then make sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on that notification bell, and if you found the information in this video helpful, then make sure to give it a big thumbs up. All right, everyone, so it looks like a death battle is brewing between who's going to be the most famous internet dog here. So of course we have MANYU right here, which we'll go over in detail in a bit here, and we'll see what the latest update for MANYU is. But its rival looks to be this new famous palm on the internet by the name of KORI here. And you can see that it's has a super huge following, very similar to MANYU here. You can see that it is the fastest video to ever reach 1 billion views here. So just having a look at their social media just to create some context in terms of how large the following is behind KORI, we could see on their TikTok they have 2.4 million followers there, and also on their Instagram they have 440,000 followers. So KORI could be a very notable threat to MANYU here. So before we get into KORI here, let's actually jump back to MANYU here and then go through any of the latest developments or changes that has happened since we last covered it a few days ago here. So here we are on the website here, and we could see that MANYU is the most famous and pampered dog across social media. And the reason why I brought up KORI, because KORI claims to be the most famous palm on the internet here. So very cool to see two extremely famous dogs, and now they have their own meme coins here. So you can see that one of the biggest changes that I noticed on the website is that MANYU has got some exchange listings here. So they're now listed on MEXC, Albank, Bitmark, XT, Polynex, Hotcoin, and KSEC. So a lot of tier 3 and tier 4 exchanges there. So some really a good start there in terms of tapping into additional liquidity and making it easier for people to buy it on some sort of central exchange. And the next step we would like to see is MANYU get listed on a lot of tier 1, such as Binance, for example, and Coinbase. And what the good thing is that they were listed on the Binance wallet as well as the Coinbase wallet. So once again, there's no guarantee, but that could be something to keep an eye on, and it could be a first step to getting those tier 1 listings here. So once again, the following count of MANYU is absolutely substantial across all social media, over 20 million followers there. And you can see it's a dog that its owner just posts up and it gets pampered all day long here. And once again, we talked about the importance of the Shiba Inu partnership there. So that is really awesome to see. And just moving on here, there's really, other than really the central exchange listings, that's probably the biggest change on their website. So let's go ahead and look at their X account here. So let's just let it load here for a moment here. So you can see just alone by their following count is right now sitting at 12,500. When we initially covered MANYU, it was sitting at about, I believe, about 5,000 followers, and that was about a week ago. So in about 7 days, it's more than 2x its follower count on MANYU. So we could see, the loyal following and supporters behind MANYU growing really rapidly here. So let's actually go see here, what posts here are ones that we should pay attention to here. And they're posting very regularly. See, this one was just posted 4 minutes ago. And, it's just a fun post here saying that the MANYU vibe now shining bright where the biggest names play. So that's really good to see there. Let's have a look at right here. And of course, you have Crypto Zeus, that has over 30,000 followers, being very optimistic on MANYU as well, saying that MANYU moving upwards and showing mega growth, walking in the footsteps of multi-billion-dollar giants like SHIB and DOWGE. And once again, that SHIB comparison is coming up over and over again here. And we could see this isn't a comparison of the potential ROI if MANYU at its current market cap at around 40 million was to reach that of SHIBA, which is sitting at just over 7 billion. That would be 192x from here. And in fact, when we covered it, the market cap of MANYU was a lot lower, under 10 million, and the ROI of that was in the thousands. So you could see that as the days wear on, more people are finding out about this project and they're getting in on this project. So that's why you see the multiples begin to change here. Like, this is a really crazy multiple. If you could do, 100x plus, that's fantastic. But, for those who got in really early, they're positioned to get those, 500,000x gains or more. So that's why it's so important to get into a project that you have a strong level of conviction for here. So keep on going here. And this is really huge as well. You could see that just 5 hours ago, MANYU has surpassed 14,000 followers here. So when we first started covering MANYU in the first video, it had just over 5,000 followers here. So, let's go to Etherscan and confirm that here. So, and see what, what shows up, and then we'll let this thing load for a little bit. But while it loads, we'll go back to the X page, for example, and then we'll keep on going here. There's some more, exposed with Manuel and Binance there, and with KuCoin as well. So KuCoin listing could be next on that list as well here. So so this is really awesome right here. Really bullish news. So Manuel now stands beside SHIB, Flocky, and Nero as the top 5 dog theme coins on chain. The heir to $1 billion SHIB throne is taking its place at a pace no one expected, with 3 key metrics leading its trajectory. So actually, let's see what these 3 key metrics are. So you have holders growth, over 1,000 holders joining daily, your daily volume to market cap, and attention to holder funnel, over 1 million impressions on the MANYU X account there. So tons and tons of eyeballs, exposure, and engagement, that MANYU is getting. So some really awesome stuff here. And I saw this post right here, and once again, we'll let it load in a second. But going back to the holder count here, yes, we can confirm according to Etherscan that it has 14,270 holders at the time of this recording. So it's just, absolutely adding like tons and tons of new holders on a daily basis. And according to the X, they said that it's 1,000 or more new holders, every single day there. So totally awesome there. And here is a comparison between Manuel, SHIB, Pepe, WIF, and Floki. So all the major dog meme coins in terms of, where it compares to the early days of all these now super established meme coins. So you could see that by day 9, Manuel is sitting about $37 million market cap, much larger than SHIB, which was sitting about $20 to $25 million market cap. It's even higher than Pepe just 2 years ago. Pepe was 35 million. It's equivalent to about WIF, which is a 40 million market cap, and it totally eclipsed that of the Floki market cap. In its first 9 days, the Floki market cap was 15 million. So even in terms of its holders, it's definitely on the high end here. So right now we had established that the number of holders is 14,000 on Manuel, whereas SHIB is 8,000, Pepe is around 10,000, Dog with Hat, for example, 13,000, and Floki, trailing at the lowest at 5,000. So when you compare Manuel in terms of the start that it has had, it's in comparison with all the giant meme coins right now. So that is some absolutely bullish news there. So when we go to the price action here, we could see that Manuel saying about $40 million market cap. And the rise here has been really nice and steady, which is good to see. It's been up and to the right here, and it's reached its all-time high at about close to about 48, 49 million. We can kind of see that that's the level of resistance right now, since it bounced off twice in that area right here. So I would expect it to, kind of accumulate in this area, probably right here for a little bit. And then, once it gains enough momentum, I'll break through that, retest it, and then we'll see, what it can get to while it is in price discovery. At the same time, it may get rejected, and maybe it provides, another better opportunity to DCA into this project as well. So, those are the two ways that I would see, the perspective trajectory of Manuel in the short term here. And let's jump now to KORI. So KORI right here is once again the most famous palm on the internet right here. And we can't label this as a Shiba Inu killer because it's not a Shiba Inu, it's a palm. So that's why I want to create the context of which one of these meme coins here is going to be the dominant DOWGE meme coin that leads this super cycle when it comes to the bull run that is coming around the corner here. So, hopping on its website, you can see that is the viral pop. It's the fastest ever to 1 billion views. It has over 2 billion followers on TikTok, and and on Instagram. It has close to 500,000 followers here. So the website is very, very basic. This shows a couple of videos here, and it just lets you know how to buy it, with Solana. So very, very simple. So if we jump to its X page here and just give it a second while it loads here, and let's actually see how it compares to the X account of MANYU. So right now, the following count is just shy of 8,000. So MANYU has a larger following count at this particular moment. I believe it is close to 13,000, 12,500 right there. So let's actually look at the types of posts here and whether they're posting consistently. So this is 2 hours ago, and you can see the persona around KORI is that it's really projected, in my opinion, with the sunglasses, the backwards hat. It's this whole cool persona. So it's kind of creating that image, or people want to identify with like a much more hip and cooler culture, which is really, really awesome as well. And on average, they get around 3,000-4,000 views per X post here, with 200-300 likes as well. And they post quite regularly, 2 hours ago, 6 hours ago, 11 hours ago, 13 hours ago. But the one thing that would be really cool to see is, keeping the community updated with the milestones that they hit. And of course, you saw on MANYU, for example, that each time it hit like a specific, let's say, holder account of, let's say, 14,000 and so forth, they're very, they're very clear about that, and they post it on their X page so that people are always in the know in terms of how the project is performing. So I don't see any of that stuff here. I see some really, cute videos and pictures and memes of KORI, for example, but I don't see any, X posts that would keep their community updated. So that would be really nice to see happen on the KORI X page here. And in terms of engagement here, you could see that, the engagement is quite high as well. It's in the thousands. So the last couple ones here have been a little bit, actually quite larger than that of KORI. For example, this post here that was posted 3 hours ago has close to 6,000 views. This one here, 4 hours ago, close to 8,000 views. And this one right here that got reposted has 32,000 views there. So, overall, the level of engagement for MANYU seems to be more stronger than that of what we find on the KORI X page right now. And if we look at how long KORI has been around for, so I believe KORI has been around for, let's have a look here, since May 19th, so 2025, so about 2 months now. Where when you go to MANYU here, and we'll let it load for a little bit, and MANYU is very, very recent, of course, just coming out about 2 weeks ago. So still relatively brand new, but the velocity that MANYU is growing at seems to be at a much faster rate than KORI here. So, going to the price action of KORI here. So it's been flat for a super long time during this area. And then, around July 5th, it really started to take off from, a sub $10 million market cap, reaches all-time high just yesterday on July 12th, about $55 million market cap, and now has retraced to about a $45 million market cap. And that's why, I looked at KORI and MANYU because, once again, they claim to be the most famous dog on the internet, but also in terms of the market cap from here, they're very, very similar, sitting in the $40 million market cap. So that's why, this is more of a fair comparison to say, by the peak of this bull run, since they're starting at a very similar market cap, which one of these is going to have the higher market cap by the end of this bull run. And once again, let me know in the description below whether you think it's KORI or you think is MANYU here. So here, if we go to SoulScan, let's have a look to see how many followers or how many holders that KORI has. So we can see right here that has 11,683. So close to 12,000 holders there. So very similar once again in terms of the number of holders. MANYU has a little bit more at 14,000, but KORI is right up there, neck and neck with it, with 11,600. So overall, when you look at the two here, and one thing I'm very interested, so we saw that MANYU on its website had listed a bunch of tier 3s and tier 4 exchanges that it got much more recently. So if we go to the to see what exchanges KORI has, how does that compare to MANYU? So you can see that's found on LBank, KSEX, for example, on Wix, XD.com. So a lot of those, once again, are tier 3 and tier 4. So in terms of the types of exchanges that they have, they're very similar because they're tier 3s, tier 4s. Neither one of them have, a tier 1, for example, such as like a Binance, Kraken, Coinbase, any of those, or even a tier 2, like a KuCoin, Bybit, and of that nature. But the thing is, MANYU has, at this point, more central exchanges than KORI. But the one thing when I'm to compare the two is that MANYU, the big leverage that it has is that partnership with SHIBA Inu. And right now, I don't see any partnership that KORI has that could put it over the edge with any type of, established crypto giants in this specific industry. So maybe later on they get partnerships with maybe, DOWGE, or it could be like Dog with Hat or something like that. But at this moment, I don't see any of those massive partnerships that would differentiate from the rest of the competition. But if you're aware of any of that, then make sure to leave in the comments below. So overall, at this point in time, and of course, lots of things could change over the next couple of weeks, months, and so forth. New partnerships could form, for example, and there's a lot of new KOLs getting on board to market it. There's a lot of different things. New exchanges could come for either MANYU or KORI as well. So, this is just our perspective at this point in time. And when we see any major changes that might shift the balance of, which meme coin has the upper advantage, then we'll go back, revisit this, and create another video to update everyone on it. But at this moment, it looks like MANYU has just a slight edge. But once again, let me know in the comments whether you think MANYU will become the dominant dog meme coin of this alt season and bull run, or do you think it's KORI here that will be the one that reigns supreme? So once again, leave that in the comments below. And with that, I'll see you in the next one.